Okay. Give me some supers! Bro! We just have, oh my gosh, dude! No! Stop! Okay. Can you chill? Chill! Oh my god, stop! Okay, that was not the plate. 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 Why did I do that? Don't kill me. No. Do. No, dude. Ah. No. Oh boy. Ah, wait, these aren't okay. Oh, it's freaking funny, man. Well, that was annoying. Come on, Super Metroid. Why you gotta be so annoying? Oh my. Yes! If that isn't project-based for you, I don't know what is, man. Just want to start a freaking run. We should be good, but I gotta start a new recording first. Nia, you have the worst timing. The worst. The absolute worst. You are so selfish. What a good kitty. What a good kitty. Can you meow for the microphone? Hmm? Say meow. Meow. No?
To see all these bold new strategies, it just keeps it fresh, keeps it exciting. But yeah, these runners are trying to book a trip to the grand finals to face off against you, so
yeah, I definitely have an interest in seeing how they're playing. Both incredibly good times. It's pretty much just neck and neck. Wow, same RNG, kind of the same Thor times. Both just excellent players.
Oh, look at this!
Wow, it is. Yeah, this is just neck and neck at this point. They might have even had the same exact.
Oh,
Wow. To see 147 against the runner is incredible, and then to see 247s and just 0.02 apart, which is a lot of that's just RNG because series ticks in 1s and 2s, so you don't know if you're going to get a 1 or a 2. So at that point, they're essentially just tied. It was the exact same series time essentially, so incredible.
All right.
Oh, and we got the sync going into Bomb Chorizo. Yeah, the sync is real in this match. And I did see.
All right. Hey, everybody. Is this really how we're starting the day, Nia? Really? Really? Because I don't want to start the day this way. I really don't want to. No. No. Freaking cat. Okay. How's it going, guys? I still need another couple minutes to get fully set up here, but man, my eyes are not liking these lights today. I was up way too late last night. You know what? Let's just try turning them down instead of off. Yeah, it's a little dark, but okay. So anyway, how are you guys? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fantastically. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum 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 bum bam bam. Okay. Let me stretch my fingers. And then I'll just play the game. We'll just play until I'm tired or whatever. I might do something else today, but I'm not planning on it, just so you guys know. You need to chill. I tried to let you sit on my lap like 10, 15 minutes ago, and you're like, no, you're dumb. You jumped off, like you always do. No. Freaking cat. Alright. You guys have a good Saturday? Because I was just gone. I just didn't even stream yesterday. I think yesterday's the first Saturday I haven't streamed in a very long time. Unless I was like on vacation or something. I just had other stuff that needed to get done, and then we had friends over, and that's just how it went. Yeah, I've been honestly, I'd say I've been good. Things are a little bit of a struggle, but I've been doing a lot better. So hopefully that continues. I need to text a friend before I forget again. Okay. Thanks for your patience, guys. Let's get started here. All right, I don't actually remember what we were trying to do last time. Let's see. I just got out of here. Was it grapple? Did I just get grapple? I think I just got grapple. And then I did this thing. Yes, I did do that thing. Okay. So now that I have grapple, what's the next? Whoa. Dude, the physics in this game are so weird. Oh, okay. What is the... Oh, gosh. What is the next troll thing that might happen here? Let's see. There's the lower Norfair stuff. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Missile. Octo, how's it going, dude? Thank you. Use speed. Yeah. The heck is this? I don't remember that being there. Where did I come from? Did I come from up there? No. I don't remember this. Well, I'm glad you're doing not bad. Dude, screw this game so much. Are these all crumbles? You gotta be kidding me. Are there two? What? There must be 2 layers. Okay, hang on. I need you to fall so I can see where you land, bro. Okay, you suck, Nova. Screw this, dude. All right. Yeah, well, exactly, Claire. That's what I'm thinking. 2 layers for anti-cheese. Okay. I hate this game. Okay, that's right. That's where... Okay. Now I remember how we got in there. But... How do we get in there? Dude? Okay. I want to go up there and see. This is probably dumb. I'm probably not going the right direction, but whatever. I'm curious. Stop it! Okay, if I go this way to get back, that shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully. I don't remember very much about the map right now. I will remember, I'm sure, but... Okay, so, like, wait a second. Wait a darn minute. Oh, I haven't opened this door. It's a regular bomb door. Okay. I'm alright, Ostrich. How are you? Yeah, okay. There's a thing there. Let's go see. Let's go see what is over here. Can you not, game? Mm-hmm. Whoa, okay. No. Yeah. Wow. There's so many crumbles. Of course, that's not a crumble. Are you for real, bro? Okay, so they don't respawn. Probably not until the bottom. Is my... This is so obnoxious. Freaking Misty, dude. Oh boy. Yeah. This is so unhinged. Don't do it! Oh. Oh, so all of them are non-respawning crumbles. Okay, well, now we have a problem. And the problem that we're having is that this is activating my my like ADHD need to clear out an entire thing. You know what I mean? And that especially sucks because like okay, screw that, dude. I hate this game. All right. Can I even get out this way? I don't know. What is the point of that? There doesn't have to be a point. It's a troll game. It's a troll hack. Turbine, thank you so much for the tier 3, dude. How you doing, man? You guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. Like, I really wanted to. I was really planning on it. I spent like 2 or 3 hours trying to get some stuff configured in the morning. Like fully intending on going live, and then it just didn't happen, and then friends came over, and... Anyway. I appreciate you guys being patient with me right now while life is lifey and stuff. Hopefully things even out a little bit soon, but... Unsubbed? Oh, man. There goes one of my tier 3s. Okay, well, since I have grapple, should I go up? Or should I try to go back down to Lower Norfair again? I don't know. I don't know where I should go. I guess we'll go up. But yeah, we had good times with friends yesterday, and... Gotcha. Okay. Looks like this is not. Oh. It's just in a different spot. What a freaking troll, bro. And, okay, we can't gate glitch this. Well, okay, I forgot about the damage. The knockback. Stop it! This game's so aggravating. Okay. Alright, and this guy still won't let us use a power bomb? Yeah. Jerk! I had a really good conversation with Sassy a couple days ago. So the reason I didn't stream on Friday is because Sassy and I had a date, and then it went a little longer than anticipated and stuff. And then yesterday, I already explained this in Discord, but it's just a really busy day. So it just didn't happen. But yeah, Sassy and I were talking about kind of the way that my life has progressed up to this point in terms of like, well, that was cool. So, okay, I talked about this on Thursday, but it was kind of a short stream, and so for anybody who isn't in my Discord or, you know, doesn't follow my channels regularly or things like that, figure I'll just address it again. So I got officially diagnosed on Thursday as somebody on the autism spectrum, which is it's a good thing. It's a good beneficial thing for me. But it's had me reflecting a lot on some of the choices that I've made in my life and some of the ways that things have progressed in my life, and apparently this is way longer than vanilla. And anyway, so oh right, it's short grapple. Forgot about that. Yeah, she's probably not here, Turbine. It had... I knew it! Oh, what? Dude! This game is such a troll, bro. Koopa Seeker. Use it to seek out Koopas? How do I get out of here? Anyway. Okay. So. Oh, it's just. Okay. Dude, Misty did such a good job of being annoying in this. So I got diagnosed on Thursday. Officially. It's something that I've been working on for a few months. To get officially diagnosed, right? I've known for a while on a personal level, and I didn't care. I honestly did not care about getting diagnosed, but I kind of was put in a position where I had to. And, so that's had me reflecting a lot on my life. Mostly in good ways. But one of the things that I was thinking about is how, like, obviously I put a lot of time into this game. And there have been times, and this is kind of vulnerable for me to share, but I feel like it's important. Like, because I want to be I want to be transparent about this stuff, like the autism stuff, because I mentioned this in Discord, but like I genuinely feel kind of a responsibility to spread awareness about it, because the stigma surrounding it has made my life so much harder than it had to be. Is this where I want to go? Could go check up there. Let's go check up there. But we can't gate glitch back. And it's a regular missile gate, isn't it? So I can't just wave beam through it, I don't think. I'll go look to make sure. So want to be transparent about this stuff. Okay, yeah. So this is a little vulnerable for me to share, but basically there have been times over the past few years, probably, I'd say probably I started thinking about it around 2024 or so, where I started wondering, like, if I have put too much of myself into this game or into streaming in general. Been like, you know, should I have been pursuing my professional career more with the time that I've spent, or, you know, stuff like that. And I had kind of this realization about it after my diagnosis. And the realization was the burnouts that have occurred in my life the past 5 years or so, were in large part due to me trying to force myself to live in a way that was not sustainable for me as a person on the spectrum. And that would have happened anyway, regardless of me putting time into this or anything else, really. Dude, this song is so loud. So I was talking to Sassy about it, right? And oh, I can get direct ship now because I have grapple. Okay, I know where I'm going now. You gonna make me... Oh yeah! Shoot! Okay. Sorry, this is a very disjointed conversation, but I feel like it's important for me to share. So I'm gonna keep talking about it. What am I supposed to do? I have to get gravity? I have to get gravity to get up here. Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so... Dude, this is too unhinged for my tired brain right now. Okay? Sure, fish. No! All right. Sorry, I need to focus on this before I try to keep talking. Hang on a second, guys. This music is dysregulating as all F, dude. Okay. So I was talking to Sassy about it, and I was like, this has been hard for me to admit, even to myself, right? But like, I've kind of wondered if I've kind of like made the wrong choice at times by putting so much of myself into this stuff. And what I realized after my diagnosis, like I was saying before, is that, oh my God. The burnout stuff that occurred would have happened anyway. And if it did, and I didn't have Super Metroid, I didn't have Stream, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, whatever, that would have been so much worse to try and recover from. Like, if I had nothing enjoyable in my life the first time that I had autistic burnout, I can't fathom how difficult that would have been to navigate. Not only that, but the fact that I had this and that it was already an established part of my life provided a couple really beneficial things for me through the burnout stuff. One, it provided stability in the form of routine and normalcy, which is something that I really need as a person on the spectrum. Like, even though I wasn't enjoying things as much back during my first burnout, or you know, for a couple months recently. What is the point of this? Why is there a space there, but I can't? Even though it was hard to enjoy things, like, I, you know, just generally didn't feel much emotion at all. It's got to be that. There's got to be a secret gap, secret tunnel. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I at least had some sort of routine that I could follow, which was very important for me to kind of navigate that stuff. Stupid robot. And so that helped with that. And then the other reason that it was kind of important that I had this is that at the beginning of my first burnout, you know, 4 years ago or whatever, well, I don't think it was my first one, but it was my first one that impacted me so deeply and that I can legitimately, like, look back and identify. Was definitely autistic burnout. Oh God. I know exactly what this is. When I first hit that burnout, I literally... One of the reasons that I... Hey, Desi. That I was able to identify what it was is, at the time, there was a lot of... Like, there was a loss of skill. Not just in Super Metroid, but in Super Metroid as well, where, like, suddenly I couldn't do things that had previously been easy for me. And I mean, that comes down to, you know, even things like, I need to put on pants so I can go to the store. Like, that became like an impossible task, right? And so in the context of Super Metroid, it was like, suddenly I couldn't do these strats that had previously been easy for me. And anyway, eventually I recovered from that and came back so strong that I got the current any percent record, which is insane, right? So what that told me was, okay, like, I can crash so hard that I don't even know how to function as a normal person and still fully recover and be better than I ever was before, kind of a thing. And like, that was so important to have. That experience was so important to have. Did I already go down from here? No taking notes. Okay, here's... Okay. Oh, shoot! This thing... I already went right from there. Okay. Can you stop it? Okay. So that taught me a lot about me as a person, my ability to recover from stuff, that like things can be really scary, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like the actual like end of the world kind of a thing. Like I can come back and be okay. And then the most key thing, honestly, was that because of the time that I've spent streaming and playing Super Metroid and whatever, like, I have you guys as a community to rally behind me when I'm struggling. And like, that support is so insanely important for me. So I was talking to Sassy about it, and I was just like, I'm so grateful. Like as much as I have doubted it at times over the years, I'm also just supremely grateful that I have allowed myself to continue doing this, because it has been instrumental in me being able to continue functioning as a human being and feeling supported and feeling loved and feeling like there is a reason to keep going, right? So it's kind of a really long way to just say, like, I know that things have been disjointed and sporadic and less frequent, and like the any percent grind is in many ways come to kind of a halt. Like, I'm still working on it, but I just really appreciate you guys, and I'm really glad. Like, I feel like, and this is another thing I said to Sassy, I feel like this is actually how my life was supposed to go. I don't feel like I would have been able to identify the things about myself that eventually led to me getting diagnosed if I hadn't had these experiences streaming and grinding Super Metroid and talking with you guys in my community and all that stuff. Dude, I don't know where to go. Okay. Pattern recognition. Pattern recognition. So we've gotten to the atomic. And we've gone right. And we've gone down. Down takes us back to the beginning. No, down takes us... Okay, that took us back to the beginning. Okay. Okay. Stupid. Oh, okay. Alright, that's back to the beginning. Okay. Lost my train of thought here. Those waivers move in like the most annoying way possible. Thank you. I'm glad that you like the stream stuff. Yeah, I know, Bean Samus. I know. I had to say it. All right, I just had to say it. Okay, so I guess we'll go up. Okay. Have a good day, Ostrich. Ah! Stop trolling me. What's weird is that you only see the scan lines in horizontal. That's because they're only in horizontal. Which is because I'm crazy and I have 2 capture cards capturing 2 different scalars right now, one of which has scan lines and one of which doesn't. So that when I get PBs or world records, I can upload a version from my stream and then one that's just the game that isn't modified at all. It has pixel perfect capture. That's why. Yeah, he's saying, yeah. Yeah, so the vertical scene captures the other one, or shows the other one. All right. Yep. I sure am. I've been doing that for about a year. Up? We're going up. And then we go right. And then I went down here. Ah! Anyway. I don't think I would have picked up on the things that eventually led to me getting diagnosed if it wasn't for this game and you guys and everything. And, you know, obviously it's a very fresh thing for me, but I do feel like it will help me a lot in my life. Both because now I have something official that I can point at when I need support, either from myself or from other people. But also because having the better understanding of myself even before the diagnosis has been really helpful with like being more, okay, this is a new room. Being more being more patient with myself. Like when I realize that I'm struggling with something that is very specifically autism related, I can really like breathe through it and just be like, okay, listen, man, like it's gonna be okay. Like we will figure this out. When I say we, I mean me, right? But like, it's weird to think about, you guys, but honestly, like I've never had my back in my own life until the past year. I really haven't. There have been like brief periods of time where I would try to advocate for myself and I would always just slide backwards and be like, no, like I'm just stupid. I'm just not doing enough. I'm just needy. I'm just weird. I'm just, you know, whatever. Like all this stuff. Wait, is this the right way? And like now I have something official that I can point at and say, no, like I experience life differently. I experience life differently than your average person. And that's not even necessarily a bad thing. It just means that I need to be aware of it and be compassionate towards myself. Like, you know, if I'm suddenly having like a lot of social anxiety and like have plans with someone and then half an hour before I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Like I can talk myself through it so much more effectively now than I could 10 years ago. I can actually look at it and be like, what's up again? Ah, I can look at it and be like, okay, like, is this something that will pass? Or do I actually need to consider rescheduling or whatever, right? And usually I can be like, yeah, like this will pass. But every once in a while I'm like, no, like I've had a bad day and if I try to force myself to do this, I'm gonna collapse. And that's helpful. It's helpful to have that context. So yeah, I think I can stop preaching about this now, but again, just thank you guys. Thanks for your support and your patience and understanding and everything. I did not expect to have as much of a positive reaction to the short that I posted as I have. Not that I thought I would get a bad reaction, I just figured people wouldn't care as much as they have, and that's been really nice. I just feel very supported, and I really appreciate it, so thank you all. Okay, so I went right, and then I went right again. And then I went right again, and that broke us out of it. So I guess I'll go up. Okay, so Desi said I should read a book called Unmasking Autism. Working your way through it, it's really good and helpful for understanding things further. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Oh, shoot, went the wrong way. Have you been reading it for yourself or, like, someone in your family, or... And if you don't want to share that, that's okay. Sorry, I'm being a little bit too probing there with that question. That was a little bit insensitive. But... yeah, I'll definitely look at that. This way. Okay. Yeah. There are a ton of people in our generation that have found out that way. That they're on the spectrum because they have a child who's on the spectrum. And, I mean, I'm 99% sure my daughter is. So, that isn't necessarily what led me to thinking that I am, but it was one more thing, right? So, in my situation, Sassy was diagnosed a few years ago. So that was kind of already an explanation for our daughter too. Oh, I went the wrong way. But I mean, I have on and off had suspicions for a long time, and just always like disregarded or suppressed them or whatever until finally a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago or whatever it was, I saw an infographic that compared the difference between autistic burnout and occupational burnout, and my experiences with burnout perfectly matched autistic burnout and only really checked off a couple things on the occupational burnout side. And that's when I was finally like, okay, like I'm 99% sure there's something here. Shoot, I don't remember. Left? No! Oh, dang. I suck. Rushlight, I see your question and I will get to it in a minute. And if I don't get to it, please ask again. I want to address everything in here. Turbine said something about Thrice concerts. Give me a second. Okay, so we're going up, and then we're going right, and then we gotta go up, and then we gotta go up. And then we gotta go right. And then I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Down. Okay. And then I went right, but I don't remember if that was right or not. Shoot. It's gonna get mad. It's gonna get mad. No! All right. One sec. Surprising to me in that the short about the diagnosis is the fact that I've been to Thrice shows 30 times. Yeah, so, okay. I would actually really like to talk about this because I've alluded to this on stream and in Discord and other stuff like that before. Okay, so a lot of you know that Thrice is my favorite band, right? So here's a really interesting thing about this. And this is something that I've been kind of unpacking for a few years now. Before Thrice was my favorite band, Linkin Park was my favorite band. And the reason that Linkin Park was my favorite band was because before Linkin Park, all I really listened to was like video game music and anime music. And then I was in... It was the summer... I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, and Meteora had just barely come out. And... Okay, I went down, right? Okay. I'm gonna pause here. I need to turn this music down on my side, because it's messing with me a little bit. What can I do here? That'll work. Okay. So, also, hang on. What do I want to do here? I'll just pause the timer, I guess. So I had some friends that I was kind of reconnecting with after a couple years of... How do I summarize? TLDR, all my friends were a grade older than I was when I was in elementary school. And in 6th grade, what that meant was that all my friends were no longer in my school, so I had to make new friends. So I made new friends in 6th grade, and then we went to middle school, and over that summer, between 6th and 7th grade, they all got cool, and I stayed weird. So I got into 7th grade, and I didn't really have any friends again, which was really, really hard because friends are so important to me in my life. So it was a hard experience. I mean, I had friends in middle school. I did. But I was just kind of bouncing around between one friend group to another over those years. And the end of 8th grade, I started reconnecting with some of the friends that I'd had in 6th grade. And they really liked Linkin Park. And that was also when peer-to-peer file sharing was like exploding. Napster had just barely been a thing like a year prior, I want to say. And then it got shut down because they lost their lawsuit or whatever. Well, okay, not shut down, but they had to change their business model. And then other file sharing services started cropping up. So like LimeWire and Kazaa and blah, 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 right? Basically, you know, you download, for anybody who's too young to remember this, you download this piece of software and basically it's cancer for your computer. And yeah, so I was really obsessed with anime and video game stuff. So I was just always searching for anime and video game stuff in these file sharing services. And I stumbled across, and I'm sure at least some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I stumbled across the Dragon Ball Z anime music video for Linkin Park in the end. And it changed my life. That's the best way that I can put it, is like, it literally changed my life. I was like, this is the coolest shit that I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. So I started like, I became obsessed with anime music videos. So that was my first exposure to that kind of music. Aside from, I had a friend, and he's still my friend. He lived a couple doors up from me. And he had me listen to one album by the band Stained back then. And I liked it, but I wasn't like super obsessed with it or whatever. So I get exposed to Linkin Park through anime music videos, and I dove so hard into Linkin Park, just Hybrid Theory and Meteora. And then I found their Hybrid Theory EP stuff a little bit later, and I just dove in so hard. And they remained my favorite band from that point, which was 2001. No, 2003. 2003? Meteora was 03, I think. And like I started getting into other music as well. Summer after 8th grade, before high school, hung out with those same friends. And then freshman year, went through some hard stuff with those friends. And kind of coped with that with this new type of music that I had never listened to before, right? So I'm like listening to all this stuff in 9th grade. It was like Linkin Park and Sum 41, Does This Look Infected, and Story of the Year, Page Avenue, and Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue, and Korn, Follow the Leader, and Finch, What It Is to Burn. You know, like just a bunch of albums that came out around that time. And I just got like really, really, really into them. That's also around the time that I found Metroid Metal, which I was also obsessed with. And despite the fact that I was listening to all this stuff, like Linkin Park was like my jam, right? Like I would always go back to Linkin Park. I was always going back to Meteora or Hybrid Theory, just over and over and over and over. And near the end of freshman year, I got to see them live at the Meteora World Tour, okay? And I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what a concert was even like. And again, like that was again a life-changing experience for me. That show was so insane. I don't even know how to describe it. It was so insane. And it unlocked something inside of me that has never gone away, which is if I'm at a concert and I feel connected to the music enough, it's like I become a completely different person. It's actually really crazy. So I'm like screaming along, right, to all of the songs, like all of the lyrics to all of the songs. I had their entire discography memorized front to back at that time. When I say that, I don't just mean the lyrics, I mean like every single aspect of that music. I knew where all of Mr. Han's little like DJ twists and stuff were and where they were supposed to go. I knew all of the lyrics. I knew all of the guitar progression, all of the drum beats, I had listened to them for hundreds or maybe thousands of hours by that point. And what happened, yes, exactly, Turbine. And what happened is I went to the concert and it was like they remixed the songs, because a live song a lot of the time doesn't sound exactly like the album, obviously. But Linkin Park took it a step further back then, and they would tweak their songs live. They would just like adjust little things here and there. Mr. Han would change this little thing, or they would do an extended outro, or, you know, all this stuff. So I go to this concert and I'm like having the time of my life. And every once in a while they change something about the song, and it was this instant crazy dopamine hit in my brain. Okay. So I know that this is a really long tangent, but I just wanted to provide that context because Linkin Park remained my favorite band until I went to another concert. It wasn't even a Thrice concert, but Thrice opened for them. And I already knew Thrice, but I wasn't super into them. I'd listened to Artist in the Ambulance like a handful of times, and that was it. I went into that concert not caring at all that Thrice was there, and I came out of that concert a Thrice fan because they played so well. It was insane. Like, I didn't even know a lot of the songs that they were playing, and I was just like, dude, this is incredible. Their stage had these lights. So it was the Alchemy Index tour. Well, not the Alchemy Index tour, but that album had just come out. And so they played a few songs from that and a few songs from Visu and a few songs from their older stuff. And the lights that they had on stage were synced with the Alchemy Index tracks that they played, so that like fire songs had a lot of like red warm tones and water songs had a lot of like cool like blue tones. And as a person on the spectrum, let me tell you, that is when I fell in love with fucking sensory lighting shit. Okay. So yeah, I went into that concert not caring at all that Thrice was there, and I came out of that concert like, wow, Thrice is amazing. And I started listening to them more, like more earnestly. And so that was in 2007, maybe 2008 at the very latest. Next time Thrice came through on tour, I was like, okay, they played so well to open for that other band. I'm definitely going to this Thrice show. And I went to the Thrice show, and I had listened to their music more by that point, so I was more familiar with it, you know, like not quite Linkin Park levels of like memorized front to back, but was more familiar with their music, right? And I had seen a handful of bands by that point. I'd seen, you know, other bands that I was like really into. And I basically would always walk away from concerts disappointed because the band just didn't sound good live. They didn't sound like themselves. And I went to that Thrice concert, and literally I was like, this sounds like their album. especially Dustin's screams. Like, usually the screams are the worst part, that they don't sound anything like their studio recordings. Dustin's screams sounded like they did on their studio albums in a live setting. I was like, this is insane. And so that made me start listening to them more, because now I had had 2 live experiences with this band that were both incredible. And I started diving into like the lyrics and their stuff more and realizing how profound his writing is. And I started appreciating the progression of their sound as a band and the way that their songs came together and all this stuff. And at the start of 2010, Linkin Park was still my favorite band. And by the end of 2010, I was like, nope, it's not LP anymore. It's Thrice. And it literally became an obsession. I was so obsessed with their live performances that I made it a point to always go whenever they would come through town. And then I found myself depressed that they didn't have a show coming up in town. So I looked at their tour and I saw that they had a show in California, which is like a 12-hour drive. And I had a fairly stable job with some expendable income at the time. And I had a friend who was also getting into them at the time. And I don't remember if he said it or I said it, but one of us was like, hey, we should go to this show. Like, let's just drive out and go to this show. So we did. And I saw them at a hometown show in California. And again, I had an experience where I was like, this is the best concert I've ever been to. Like, literally, like it was a core memory. It was one of the best experiences that I've ever had in my entire life. So then I became a Thrice live show junkie. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It was like an addiction for me. It was like, I always have to have a Thrice show on the books. And like in between tours, I would be like checking their social media and their website news page and everything like every day, looking for news. Like, okay, are you coming out with a new album yet? Are you announcing a new tour yet? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? And it literally was. It was like a hyper focus, hyper fixation, special interest obsession. I started buying all of their records on vinyl. I started buying every version of every shirt that was interesting to me at all, so that I could just wear Thrice shirts every day, all the time. And I'm just like waiting for news on their new album and waiting. And finally they announced when it's coming out, and it came out and it was good and I liked it. And then like, I want to say it was within a month after that release, they were like, okay, so we're going on hiatus, by the way, but we're going to do a farewell tour. And I had seen them, I think, maybe eight to 10 times at that point. And I was so heartbroken by the fact that they were going on hiatus and that they might not be a band anymore. And I decided that I was going to go to as many shows on that tour as I feasibly could with the money that I had and the time off that I had and stuff. So yeah, I planned like this whole like road trip thing, and we hit 4 shows or something like that. I think we had tickets for 4 shows, but we ended up only going to 3 or anyway. So yeah, that happened. And then when they came off of their hiatus, I've just made it a point to go see them every time they come in town. And we've traveled to go see them a number of times. We traveled to go see them on their first shows back after their hiatus. Like, yeah, it became this insane thing. And it really, like, the way that I went about it wasn't very healthy. And a big part of that was because I didn't understand that aspect of myself at the time. But also, like, again, like that's just even more evidence of like how deeply invested I can get into that stuff. It's It's pretty crazy. And yeah, so I can get back to playing the game now. But okay, Desi, see you later, man. Thanks. It's just interesting because there have been many times over the years where I would try to talk to someone about music and I would realize that they just weren't getting what I was saying. And not in like a snobby or like I'm better than you sort of way, but it sort of became this thing where I was like, you know what? Like, I just appreciate music more than pretty much everybody else that I talk to. And again, like, I wasn't looking down on people for that or anything. It was just like, I guess I just really love music more than most people. And that part of it didn't click for me until the autism stuff. And then I was like, oh, like, I guess that makes sense. Anyway. So yeah, that is why I've seen Thrice like 30 times. Because it's this core part of my personality. So I've met them a few times. They're the nicest dudes. And Dustin himself is like this is kind of weird to share, but he's actually been kind of an inspiration for me in my life in a lot of ways. And I'm really glad that they ended up being my favorite band because, again, you know, kind of like with the Super Metroid community, like I feel like it has shaped me to be a better person in a lot of ways. So that's a good thing. Okay. More chat. I don't even know if these people are still here, but I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. Yame SVE. So a friend of mine has a son who is diagnosed autistic, but he found through research he thinks he's got it too. And he can understand and support his son in that way. So the same awakening you had, he can understand why he does what he does. Yeah, I was talking to my kids about it a couple days ago after my diagnosis, and I was like, okay, listen, mom has it and I have it. So most of you you three are probably somewhere on the spectrum. Like, it's not a guarantee, but like I can see it a little bit in all of them. But especially our middle child is like very, very much on the spectrum. And I'm glad that Sassy and I are aware of our things now, because like I was saying earlier, it gives us the opportunity to support them better so they can have an easier life experience than we have, because we've had a really difficult life experience. So yeah, that's a really, really important aspect of it, which leads into Rushlight's question. Considering it sounds like you basically knew, did the diagnosis change anything for you? So yes, and that's kind of a two-part thing. So I started pursuing the diagnosis because I needed it for work, basically. I had no intentions of pursuing a diagnosis until I gotta start my timer again, sorry. Until I was kind of backed into a corner with it, right? But the interesting thing is that even though, like you already said, I knew, right? There was very much a before and after where I was like, I'm not autistic. And then I was like, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. Right? And then right. And then down. And then left. Yes. And then from here I went right. So we'll go down. And it'll be wrong. I made it! So I did. I knew. Right? I knew that I was on the spectrum already. And so I did not expect it to change much at all, other than the fact that I needed an official diagnosis for work stuff. But very interestingly, there was an extreme sense of validation and compassion for myself after getting diagnosed. That I wasn't really expecting. Something that happens fairly commonly after a person gets diagnosed or realizes that they're on the spectrum is that they'll have a sudden regression, like their symptoms get worse. I'm gonna focus on this before I continue talking about that. Hang on. Nice music. What is this fan tune, bro? Oh no! Talk. Okay. Bro! Stop! You can't! Stop it! Good heavens! Okay, this is horrible! This is horrible! Ah! Okay, missiles work. Okay, hang on, hang on! Ah! Huh. No! No! What? They both do it! And his... Oh my gosh. This is so bad. I'm so dead, dude. I'm so dead! Drop me a regular missile, Flames! No, that won't help because of the conveyor belt. We're screwed! We're screwed! Wow, this is gonna be hard. Okay. So... symptoms regression. So I'll just talk about this real quick before I go back in. It'll only take me a minute. So basically what happens is, as a person on the spectrum, a lot of the time what we do is we realize that people don't like us socially, and so we start trying to change things about ourselves. That's called masking. We present ourselves differently than we actually feel. I try really hard to be a transparent, genuine person. That's something that I've always talked about on stream, and so you guys see the real me like 99% of the time, to be super clear about it. But when I interact with people in real life, I generally am quite a different version of myself. To the point that actually this came up at work shortly after I started the job that I have now. I have a friend there who found out that I stream, and they came to my stream and watched me, and then the next day they said, dude, you're so different on stream. Like, you're so different. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, like, here at work I'm professional, and on stream I'm just me. Right? Which I thought was just a normal thing, but no, it's masking for sure. So anyway, basically the reason the symptoms get worse and the regression happens is because after we have that understanding of ourselves as a person on the spectrum, there's a subconscious thing that happens where our brain is like, oh, I understand this thing about myself, and I can just let it go. Like I can just stop masking all these things. And so we sort of like, it's like we've been constantly compensating, and finally it's like our nervous system takes a breath and just lets all of the stress and what's the word that I'm trying to think of, like degradation. It's just like, it's like a floodgate opens and it all just comes out. Yeah. So that is something that has sort of happened to me over the past year. And very interestingly, and I wasn't expecting this, I'm going to snooze ads. I was not expecting this at all. After my diagnosis on Thursday, like I was feeling really good, right? Thursday was a really good day. And I'm not going to say that Friday was a bad day, but Friday morning I collapsed. Like I was so not like broken or whatever, but just like it was. Oh my gosh, dude, this fight is going to be so hard. It was hard. Friday morning was really hard because my body was like, all right, I'm safe now. Like I have this understanding of myself and I have an official thing that says this understanding of myself. And I'm getting a lot of support from my friends. And so I'm safe now. And so, yeah, my body is just like, all right, like, let's just crash for, you know, a little bit. And that was, I wasn't expecting it, but that is a thing that happened. And I'm sure that it will also continue in various ways for a while. And that's okay. Because I have an explanation for it and I'll just get through it. One really neat thing that came out of my diagnosis was access to a Discord Discord server. Oh my goodness. Did I just get Sunrise surprised? Bro! I have access to a Discord server with a bunch of other people that have also been diagnosed through the same organization. And actually it's been nice to I guess I don't have Speed Booster right now. Oh my goodness, bro. It's been nice to go onto that server and see people talking about their struggles. And no, first of all, like I have firsthand experience with the things that they're struggling with and can provide my own perspective on it and things that have helped me and things that haven't. But also that like I have access to that community if I ever need to just like go in there and be like, hey, so like this is something that I'm struggling with. Does anybody have any thoughts or whatever? So that's been cool. I've spent not a ton of time, but you know, a fair amount of time in that Discord the past few days. Just like talking to people about things. So yeah, dang it. So yeah, I'm not sure what else there is to say about all of it, but yeah, if anybody has questions, like feel free to ask. I'm not gonna hide anything about it. I want to talk about it. I want to spread awareness and talk about my experience and you know, try to destigmatize things one conversation at a time as much as I can. So okay, so pseudo screws. Pseudo screws break the flames. That's interesting. Okay, that's helpful. Ah! Stop it! Oh, I haven't been updating the death counter. I'm sorry. Hang on. We can do that in a minute. I forgot we had that thing. Which is because I hit it. I knew this was gonna happen! I knew if I hit it, I was going to forget about it. I even said it on stream the other day. I was diagnosed level 1. And I knew that I was level 1. Because the thing is, I have been high functioning in my life. And generally, if you're level 2, you're probably not going to be high functioning. And if level 3, you're definitely not going to be high functioning. So I knew that I would be level 1. Yep. Yeah. It is. I mean, it's really helpful for sure. Hang on. I'll try to answer that in a minute. No! Don't do it! Seamus! Yo, pseudo screw? What? Ah! Ha! 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 This is actually a pretty cool fight, to be honest. Okay. No, don't do it, freaking Samus. You need to freaking hit Fintune. Well, okay, so it's not that everybody's on the spectrum in one way or another, at least not from my understanding. What it is that everybody has traits that are part of the spectrum. To be on the spectrum means that the traits that you have are more intense and that you have more of them, generally. That's my understanding of it. Like, one of the first things the organization that I got diagnosed through said was, autistic traits are human traits. And that is true. It's just that most humans don't have so many of these same traits or experience them as intensely. Which comes back to, you know, like the special interest stuff. Like, most people have hobbies. And some people have hobbies that they get super, super, super into. Right? But that's not the only thing. Wait, why is he less red now? The fuck, dude? Ah! Oh my word. What? What's up, Tex? No, I mean, it wouldn't be the missiles specifically, because he was getting more red when I was only using missiles. Something's weird. That's okay. No worries. I'll probably figure it out eventually. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my. You're so annoying! Wah! I don't know, maybe it is missile stuff. Okay. Okay, what's the deal with that? Somebody explain. Maybe it's different attacks? Maybe if you mix and match? Maybe that's what it is. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll save there. Thanks. Dude, these robots are nuts. Ow, stop it! This game is so crazy, man. Alright. Let's save again. Oh, we can't save again! Okay, I said I was gonna answer something else. Yes, I will. I just want to save again. These are robots. What would I say to someone who struggles but isn't diagnosed with anything? Okay, all I can really say about that is, I mean, if it's one of my friends, that's something that, like, I'd be willing to talk them through, but if it's a stranger, I actually don't feel comfortable trying to give people recommendations. Because I'm not an expert, I'm just a person with my own experience. It's, like, that's too broad of a question, right? If it was, like, if someone struggles with routine, or if someone struggles with executive dysfunction, or, you know, something like that, like, I have personal experience with that, and I can say, this is what has worked for me. Stuff like that, but... I'm actually going to use the bathroom while ads run, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks.
I'll wait till after Bomb Teresa fight, see how this goes for both of them. Wow.
that. I've never seen that before. The bomb jumps. In sync. Bomb jumps. Right.
Ah! Ah! No! Hell yeah, dude! Let's go! I'm in the ceiling now, by the way. Or out of bounds, at least. 68 to 9 with a frickin' tile boo. No, don't unspit. Oh my. Anybody who thinks that Super Metroid has good like gameplay and movement and physics and stuff and that it's better than like the Game Boy Advance games like Fusion and Zero Mission and stuff, they're just boomers. It's just boomer cope, dude. This game sucks. Like, who designs a game where the character has like varying speeds and it's controllable? This isn't Mario Kart, dude. Wow. Boomer cope.
I think ZENI's gonna be playing 100%. I'm gonna be in a retirement home.
You still playing 100, huh, ZENI? Yeah, well, I'm not happy with my last run, Oats.
You didn't get Oh, I hate you!
Don't worry, guys. I fell in a vile plume, so I'm playing perfectly.
I'm definitely not playing perfectly.
I'm into vile plume RTA world records, ZENI.
I already have it.
Lord.
You can't make that up.
Don't have anything else to do, and I have to beat Oats, or my life is meaningless. BT scams. We bonked the door into the Terminator. We bonked the door into the Terminator. And now we're gonna shoot stuff, and then we're gonna shoot stuff, and then we're getting scammed by the waiver. Didn't drop the missile today. Friggin' waiver.
This can't be a world record.
Deep. Oh, shoot. We shouldn't have stuttered there. That might have screwed us, actually. Oh!
5 super missiles separates King Salmon from legendary status, skipping that second save. All of our energy behind him now. Bless Green Gate glitch. Let's go.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Prof. I don't know if I can take it.
Here we go. Oh no, we gotta. Oh god.
To be continued.
Folks, tune in next time.
Twin's home. Glad you made it home, Twin. I'm not eating corn puffs. What are you talking about? There was a question I was going to address. Was I diagnosed with any comorbidities that I wasn't expecting? I don't know what that word is. Hang on. Text using big words that I've never seen before. Ugh. Comorbidities. Presence of 2 or more often chronic medical conditions in one person simultaneously. Okay. Well, probably the most obvious thing about that is that ADHD symptoms and autism spectrum symptoms are often contradictory, right? And so, for example, my autism really needs routine. My ADHD really needs novelty. Okay? Those don't coincide very well. But I mean, I was expecting that. The other thing is that in the process of my diagnosis, the doctor wasn't really talking to me at all about ADHD. It was more because I'm already diagnosed. I have been since 2018. So she was just talking to me about autism stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything that she covered that was surprising to me. I don't think there was anything that was surprising, but there were some things that were confirmations of experiences that I've had that hadn't necessarily clicked for me. But that's been happening a lot since my self-diagnosis. There have been a lot of things in my life that I just kind of wrote off as like, oh, you know, that's just me. Like, that's just how I am. And it's different, but it's not like that weird or whatever. But the more that I've thought about it, the more I'm like, no, like, I don't know anybody else who had that same kind of an experience. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Apparently, as a kid, I didn't communicate with body language at all as a child. That's not something that I was aware of, but one part of the diagnostic process was that they asked me to have someone in my life who knew me as a child fill out a questionnaire. Not a questionnaire that said nothing about autism. So I had my dad do that, and apparently that's one of the things that he said was I was good at communicating with words, but I did not communicate at all with body language. Even to the point where I wouldn't shake my head no or nod my head yes. Like stuff like that. So that was really interesting to find out. Yeah, I've always had a really difficult time with food because of texture stuff and taste stuff and smell stuff. But yeah, I'll have to think on that a little bit more. Depression, ADHD, and autism is a huge trifecta. I myself have that, wrote a term paper about it in college. Yeah, so people on the spectrum, and people with neurodivergence in general, which is not just autism, it's not just ADHD. Like there's a lot of different things that fit into neurodivergence. But people on the spectrum, or people with ADHD, or people with other neurodivergence, we are a lot more susceptible to things like depression and anxiety. And as that relates to autism, it's really interesting because that, I mean, obviously everybody's different, but oftentimes that can be traced directly back to the fact that we are constantly compensating in unhealthy ways to mask and present ourselves in ways that are acceptable to the neurotypical world or the neurotypical people that we interact with. And for a time that feels sustainable. Like for most of my 20s, either I was going through something insanely traumatic, and that is what I attributed the struggles that I was having to, or I was completely on the outside, like normally functional, like maybe with some quirks, but nothing like crazy that you'd look at and be like, wow, like this guy's weird, because I'd spent my entire life up to that point observing and learning and changing and adapting to fit in, right? So like when I transitioned from my job that I had before to the job that I have now, for example, I knew it was going to be hard, but I figured like, well, you know, I did really well in this job, so like I should be able to be successful in this other job too. It didn't translate at all. And the job that I have has been extremely difficult for a variety of reasons. A lot of which are because it is not a neurodivergent friendly job. But I found ways to make it work for me, which I'm grateful for because I need a job to support my family. But yeah, I need accommodations, and that's why I ended up pursuing my diagnosis in the first place. So ZENI was calling me out yesterday on some of my possible autistic traits. I want to be clear. I wasn't telling Twin that she is on the spectrum. I was telling Twin that if she has questions about it, it's probably worth looking into. Because it came up. It came up while we were doing stuff. Like, you know, we were working in the yard together and whatever. I don't even remember what you said, Twin, but you said something that implied that, like, I might, like, interpret something weirdly or whatever, and I just had to stop you and be like, Twin, I'm autistic, I get it. Like, anyway. Okay. Oh, this is cool. This is a cool map. Okay, so I mean, I know I don't have to go backwards, but huh. Yeah, that's what you're saying. You said something like to yourself, but you were also talking to me when you said it. Like it was an unprompted thing, basically. This is how I remember it. So feel free to correct me if I'm. Oh shoot, I went the wrong way. Oh, doesn't matter. Feel free to. No! Really? People crashed out and left 1 out of 5 orb reviews because of Fantoon? What whiners? Did they even know what they were playing? I love stuff like that, Misty. I thought that fight was awesome. Thank you for making that fight. That was an awesome fight. Anyway, yeah, so Twin, basically, she said something to herself, but it was also, like, relevant to the conversation that we were having, and so, like, I interpreted her as also saying it to me, and then she was like, sorry, I talk to myself all the time. Like, and the way that she said it was, like, really self-deprecating, and maybe you didn't mean it to be, Twin, but that's how it came across to me. So that's why I was like, Twin, I'm autistic, I get it. Like, you don't need to feel weird about talking to yourself around me. It's okay. I talk to myself all the time. Why is there nothing in here? Now I'm mad. There it is. Oh! Oh, I forgot to start my timer again, and I forgot to unpause my recording. All right. GG. GG, guys. We're missing part of the But I Hate You playthrough for YouTube. My apologies. I messed up. It's over. I'll just quit. And the death count, thank you. Fix that right now. Alright, how many times did we die on Fantoon? 4? I don't know. I'll just do... Here. There. You know what? There. That's probably more than I've actually died, but... whatever. Okay, robot. Thank you. Get out of here. Oh, it's down below? You idiot! What a stupid robot. Missile. Super missile, but not. Ah! Alright. Yeah, no, they're awesome. Misty, you did a really good job of making this game funny and... Why is this open now? Ah! Funny, oh my... Funny and fun and unique and all that stuff. Dude, these platforms are... Wow. Super missile. Ah! I hate this. No! Can you stop it? No! Oh my gosh, I don't want to die! Okay, here we go. No, wait. How much damage do the spikes do? Don't kill me. Don't! Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna CF. There. Oh my god! This is the worst freaking mistake. Is so weird and rude and stuff. I'm gonna actually die. Again. This is so annoying. These do so much damage. Get out of my face. Okay, screw you. I don't want to go back through the Lost Woods! No, I'm not going that way yet. I want to see. Alright. Alright, so we've killed Kraid and Fantoon. Oh my word. Really? Really? Ah! Alright, we're good. We're good. 'Cause I'm the best at this game. And everything is cool. Alright. You guys are freaking rude. Freaking Misty is rude. Ah! What was that? That was crazy, bro. Alright, that's not gonna work. I was hopeful, but it's not gonna work. So we're gonna die to Sparks instead. It's technically possible. What is this? What is this? Well, that sucks. I'm gonna die because Misty's rude, guys. Just so you know. That's what's gonna happen. It's about to happen, like right now. Wow, I didn't die. Shoot. Shoot! I almost died. I keep using 5. I don't need to. Or 6. There. Getting a little better here. I know most or all of you are probably totally fine with the fact that I spent so much of today already talking about autism stuff. But if there is anybody in here who wasn't really, like, down with that conversation, like, I want to apologize. Not in the sense that I feel bad for it, but, like, what am I trying to say? Obviously, you know, not everybody's here for that, and I get that, so no hard feelings if, like, that was something that you weren't super interested in or whatever. Okay. We're almost full again, guys. Almost full again. True, twin. All right, twin. Which Mission Impossible movie that we watched last night was your favorite? And it's okay if you change your answer. I'm just wondering. That's kind of the answer that I was expecting. But you phrased it on the one hand, so now I'm curious. That one is really good. I do like that one a lot. Two is very forgettable and skippable. 3 is a good movie, but out of the whole series, like, I like all of them except for 2. I'll probably never watch 2 again. 3 is the one that I like the least next to 1, personally, so. Robot. Robot! Oh my gosh, dude. Can you just... let me through! That was rude. Alright. The first one with Jeremy Renner is... 5. Please! Dude. Dude. It, like, I'm fine with people liking 2. To be very clear, I'm fine with people liking it. Personally, for me, it didn't really do anything for me. Like, I've seen it, I think, 3 or 4 times. And every time I'm just kind of like, meh. Like, I remember when 3 came out, I was like, oh, well, the second one sucks, so this one probably does too. So I didn't even see 3 until years and years later, right? But it's okay if people like it. Okay. An auto-scroller? Chat? Chat! Excuse me? I'm having the best time today, you guys. Thanks for being awesome. No! No! I went the wrong way again! You did a good job of tricking people with the way that you scroll the screen there. And now I'm mad. Ah! Don't! 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 Okay. Oh my gosh.
This is as far as you go.
Dang it, man. Just die! No, bro, dude, bro. No! Why is there a Koopa here?
This is as far as you go.
How's it going? Because it apparently is supposed to help you find Koopas. I think it was called the Koopa Finder or something. Misty! What did you do? What?
This is as far as you go.
F this game, dude. Wait. Wait! Excuse me! Oh my. Was that really there the whole time? Wow, that's so funny. Can I get back? No. Deary me, dude. Suitless is good, actually. Turn this off. Dude. You gotta let me back up. That's what I'm gonna try and do, Tex. I don't know if I actually can though. Alright. Please. Please! Please, please! Huh! No, no! Stupid slopes! Don't! No! This has to happen. Turbine. No! I will sooner reload the frickin' save than do that. Could I X-ray climb from the door? Well, you bring up an interesting idea. Come. That's I'm pretty sure that's timed. Like if you get stuck for too long, I think that's how soft lock prevention works. Oh, yeah, that's right. Screw you guys. Just do the auto scroller again. No. A literal can of Monster Energy. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't. Oh, okay. I have to go back, don't I? You talking about me, Windjacked? I'm not very good at underwater wall jumps. I've just never really practiced them that much. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've tried to do that I wasn't able to do that somebody else has. It's very possible that something like that exists, but...
This is as far as you go.
Well, now we just get to sit here for another 2 minutes. Sorry, guys, 1 sec. All right, well. What's the point of these bugs? Is it just a farm station? Seems kind of weird. Alright. Alright, so now I have gravity. Oh, okay. No, dude. My bro. Okay. No! Oh my gosh, dude, I'm the worst. Nice. That worked. No! No! Did I just kill that fish? I think I did. I'm an idiot. 'Cause I'm a freaking idiot. I'm an idiot. 'Cause I'm a freaking idiot. Oh, dude, the screen scroll! The screen scroll! Whoa. Oh my gosh. This is so annoying. I'm trying not to be annoyed, but I am. 'Cause this is so annoying. Wah. Don't do that! Alright, hang on. Dude! Oh my gosh, dude. Misty, you made the most annoying Romhack in the entire universe, dude. In a good way. Sure. Wait. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. All right, it's okay. It's okay. Shh. Shh. Turbine. Shh. Oh my gosh, dude. I said I have to do it without space jump. I said it. Okay? No! Thanks, Mirror. Shiny Zenith the Third. Thanks. Can you just let me through? I have gravity suit now. You freaking game. All right, fine. Fine. I just realized I need to go check on my kids, see if they got lunch. I'll be back in a few minutes, sorry.
Haven't been running all week, and I'm trying to engage chat, that's why.
I'm trying to be good so that Turbine will stop getting mad at me when I say that I'm bad, but I can't freaking do it because I'm bad.
You can't really moonfall in this. Like, it's possible, but it's really awkward. What? What just happened?
Honestly, Zebskip at this point has become kind of like the Bubba Gump shrimp. Honestly, there's so many ways that you can prepare it. You got the Ice Zebskip, you got the Shine Spark Zebskip, you got the Morph Ball Zebskip, you got the Spring Ball Zebskip, you got Crystal Flash Zebskip. I think you got like some weird stuff that Snick is into Zebskip.
There's like a. Did you mention the down back Zebskip?
Oh yeah, that yep, down bags that you see. Got it all. You can open up your own restaurant.
It really is the Bubba Gump of the Metroid strats.
It's okay, so if we angle just after jumping and spin, we still get the upward spin boost. The up. No, we don't have speed booster, Chavo. All right, here's what my plan was for Meme Central. Me. Ah! Ah! No! Ah! All right, this is the run. Here you go.
We have the Dragon fight starting for Zoast. Let's see if he gets this good opener.
Queen of the Shrimps here. Good opener from Zoast.
You know, I don't know if that opener was good. I
think it was. Look at this. See? It's fine. Everything's fine, Eddie. We're all fine here.
You got 61 HP. Oh my god! I cannot believe Zoast did that. I cannot believe he did that.
What you maniac!
It worked.
No, I got really lucky there. Haha, you guys thought that you could trick me, but you can't, because I'm a pro player, dude. I could have worked for the Nintendo hotline if I were an adult when I was a kid. Could have made money telling people how to play video games. Nia, you are so sweet. And I love that you just want to be on my lap. But why don't you just want to be on my lap when we're watching movies at night? Why do you have to only want to be on my lap when I'm trying to play this really hard game?
What? Whoa. I've never noticed how bad the hitbox is on this platform before. Look at that. Samus is just floating in the air. Look at that. That's terrible. Oh. What is this? This game sucks. That one's way better. What is this? Nice game, Dear Force.
Whoa! Whoa. Wow. What?
Shoot, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! What in the what the fuck? What was that animation?
Might take a break soon. Yo. 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 No! I jumped too early. Dang it. Oh, man. That sucks. Where the bam, 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 bam? Frickin' Samus, why do you gotta frickin' do that? I don't understand. Frickin' Samus, why do you gotta frickin' do that? I don't understand. We didn't get any supers or power bombs. That was really frickin' bad. Frickin' gosh, frickin' dang it. Heckin' gosh darn tootin'. No! Ah! 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 Just... Ah! What is happening? That was so bad. Oh my heavens. What about that was weird. Yo, nice. That was a great boost.
It's been a very, very exciting couple days and hours to be a Super Metroid speedrunning fan. And let's see, did he get it? Yes, let's go! Let's heckin' go!
Let's go!
Let's heckin' go! beautiful minute from Shiny ZENI, lining up with some visual cues in the background. The X position doesn't matter, so you can do it anywhere along the floor in this room as long as you don't get hit by Mother Brain. We were originally doing it up against the wall. He moved over a little bit to use some background cues for a standardized setup that was in there.
Okay. I can go a little longer. But I need to get some lunch soon and probably try and take a nap since I only got like 4 hours of good sleep, if that. So, okay. Well, I guess I will go back the way we came. Dang it! This game, dude! That's not gonna work. Is there anything down here? What are these physics? What are these physics? Oh my. Stop it! Stop it! Dude! Oh my. Soap. No! This is incredible. I'm sliding. That's a classic. Okay. How is this pink? That's funny. Oh, this is, well, no, still, I'm still confused. How was this pink? I haven't. Stop it! Go! Oh my gosh. Knew it, dude. What? Okay, so that's Shack Tool sand. Seems like. I like this song. Forgot to start my timer again. Dude, I'm the worst at this. What, Nia? No! Don't do it! Don't do it, Snail! No! No! Snail! Like, the snail has to be here for a reason. Maybe there's a hole in the wall. Dang it! What Ostrich is trying to say is he doesn't actually love me. It has to be here for some reason. Oh, it's gonna break the sand. It'll break the sand. Okay. Alright. That's clever. I know you really want me to shoot it. I'm not gonna, Ostrich. I'm gonna torture you. This will probably be the last thing I do today. I really do. I need to rest before my plans tonight, and I need to get some lunch. So. No! Alright. What's a little more waiting? Dude, how much health does this thing have? Good gravy. Jeez. Why can't I? Thank you. Ugh. Dude, this is a masterpiece of annoyance. Stupid game, dude. Well, now we have spring ball, so that's good. Okay. Dude, how tall? All right, I'm gonna go save. I'm gonna be done for today. Ah! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out of the sand! No! Thank you. This is great, guys. Hope you're having a good time. Oh no, dude! Frickin' dang it. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me today. That's going to be it for stream. I definitely won't be able to come back tonight. So, I will maybe see you guys tomorrow. Kind of depends on a couple things. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for all of your support. I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Down in a second and a half instead of somewhere between 4 and 7 seconds. That is a
The very last. The very